Hi, my name is Dave Leon, and I'm the Executive Director for Painted Brain, and I am here to celebrate our third solo artist show for the artist Tam Tangonan. Her work is in sculpture and in visual arts, and it's gracing the walls of Painted Brain's Community Center right now. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Tam Tangonan. I am a featured artist in this show called Artist Therapy at Painted Brain, and my part of the show is about rediscovering a part of my life that I was really embarrassed about and redirecting the conversation to be able to talk about these issues that I wasn't able to voice at the time. So about my embroidery piece, it's called Insomnia on Canvas, and it's about this piece that I did while I was manic during a time in 2018. I was trying to recreate how I tried to communicate the things I was thinking while I was thinking them. I was doing this performative-esque piece that I was doing contours of my body, I was writing things I was thinking, I was drawing things that I was seeing, and I thought that if I could recreate it somehow and also add a poem of how I was feeling at the time and how I was feeling doing the recreation, that I could finally communicate some of the things that I was thinking during that time. So the process during this time while I was creating and curating this piece was definitely trying to echo what I had created before, but mainly to recreate this communication that I was having alone in a time where I was not okay mentally. And I wanted to curate a piece that had some more life into it. And I wanted to show people that there is a way that when you're in a manic state, you can still create work that means something, especially when you're in a state of really bad insomnia and just not being able to really handle the world without having enough sleep. So the Pill Pinata is a piece that I decided to create because I was tired of seeing all this excess paper that was wasted when you get medications from a place like CVS or any other pharmacy. I felt like there was such a waste of things, and also there's a lot of information that people don't care to read when they get their medication. And so I thought that rather than just tossing it, recycling it, to make a piece out of it. And I actually personally collected my own paper waste from the medication, whether it was the receipts or the paper bags or the paper that gives all the explanation per medication that you get. I just thought it would be really interesting to show that waste and stuff that is chucked away into something more beautiful and also has a meaning behind it that is more than just I slapped a bunch of paper on to make a piñata. The medication mobile was something that I thought would be actually part of the Pill Pinata, and it got separated because of technical difficulties, but also because I think they stand better as two separate pieces rather than one giant piece. The medication mobile is something I also collected, which was pill bottles from my own personal stash, and I kept them and cleaned them out. And then I made replicas of the pills that I've used and had in my past, and some Some also really cool shaped pills that I thought would be interesting to kind of contrast with the actual pills that I've taken in my personal journey with medication. And I thought it'd be interesting because when you think of a mobile, you think of a child going to sleep at night. And for me, as someone who suffers from insomnia, sleep is very important and is also hard to come by sometimes. So like including medications like trazodone or like Seroquel was interesting to me to kind of be like, hey, you're gonna fall asleep because you just took your medication, but also like a reminder to take your medication in general. So the laminate piece is called a manic memory, and how it relates to memory and like preserving memory is that at the time I was trying to reflect on some of the better memories I've had while I was in a manic state, and I wanted to kind of celebrate those things by laminating them and preserving them. But then, as you can see in the piece, once you get towards the bottom, it kind of distorts and gets kind of messy and kind of, to me, unreadable in some ways. And I just wanted to display it to show the the thought process that I had during this time of like wanting to preserve beautiful memories and then them turning into very distorted and negative things at the end. The portraits that are on the wall, how I made them and why I made them and when I made them, they're all interconnected. So I made these portraits while I was in the hospital. The aforementioned manic episode I had in 2018, I was so obsessed with finishing my senior thesis that I felt like I had to continually create no matter what. And I was continually creating. These are just some of the pieces that I did that I was allowed to keep. And these are portraits of practitioners and of patients that I met along the way, whether they were good experiences or bad experiences. I decided to kind of flex my artistic ability and my portraiture skills, along with trying to get done some work that I felt like would be great to be in my senior thesis. I got to learn a lot about my mental health through the whole process of making these pieces, whether it's my views on medication and the waste that we have on paper products that go along with said medication, or being able to express some of the problems like insomnia that I faced while I was in a manic state. I was really fortunate that I am better now and that I'm taking the right medications for myself, and I'm doing things like therapy, group therapy, like just taking care of myself was really important for this show to happen. And I think that's really something that I want to voice to the audience, is that no matter what you face mentally, that if you are able to get the resources to take care of yourself and continually take care of yourself, you'll be able to do pretty much anything you set your mind to.